with our course with the lecture on Introduction to Industrial Automation by Dr. Chatterjee. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Ritula. I would like to come to the board, I think. Yeah. Well, the topic is industrial automation, right? And the topic what I am going to take is introduction to automation. So you must understand what is automation and how automation is useful in doing anything, in getting anything most effectively, most efficiently. And when we talk of automation, we actually mean automation in industries. That is our objective. You all are engineers, and you all are scientists, you all are technocrats. So we would like to know what is the role of automation in industry. That is the main objective. Now I will try to tell you what is automation first. Automation, whenever I talk of this word, people will understand that it means जो अपने आप हो जाए, स्वचालित. हिंदी में कहते हैं स्वचालित. I hope you understand a little bit of Hindi, all of you. This is northern region, so Hindi is our national language. So I think I will be using some Hindi, so you will not mind it. So swchalit means automated. So when we say that it is automated or automation, there is something, some drive, some force take up the activities of its own, then it is known as automatic or automation. Now, before that, we have to understand three things. One is process, control, and instrumentation. These are the three words, very primitive words, very important and significant words in the field of technology, in the field of industries, in the field of technology. Technologies, right? So that's why we have to understand these three. Now, if I talk of process, can you tell me any one of you, what do you mean by a process? Process से क्या समझते हैं?
Basically, thing from which we will convert input into output.
Well, that is from the mathematical point of view. We are saying, if I ask you the physical definition, it has to be properly defined. What is a process? Anything which happens is based on a process. Anything which takes place is based on a process. So what is that process? Process is nothing but certain activities, series of activities, in a sequential manner. This is process. Series of activities in a sequential manner. Suppose there are 10 steps, activities or steps, you can also say. Suppose there are 10 steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and so on up to 10. This whole thing is known as but as you are saying, this will lead to some output. Every step has got certain input. So mathematically, if you want to represent it, or moreover graphically if you want to represent it, it will be input, process, and so if you have 10 steps or 10 activities, you cannot do, suppose somebody is doing 1 first, then 4, then 2, then 10, then 9, it will not lead to any output. So that process, although it is a process, it does not mean anything. It has got no objective, it has no output, no outcome. So I would say that is a haphazard process. That is known as a process. Although it is a process, but it is a haphazard process. So process, if you want your process to be meaningful, to achieve some output, it has to be sequentially performed. So you can always say process is a series of activities or steps in a sequential manner. To achieve what? Achieve an output. Okay. Correct. Now comes control. Is this point clear? Process is clear? Now comes control. Now why control? What do you mean by control? Control का मतलब क्या होता है? What do you mean by control? हिंदी में कहते हैं नियंत्रण. नियंत्रण, किसी चीज को नियंत्रण करना, नियंत्रित करना is controlling something. Why is it required? क्यों नियंत्रण करना चाहते हैं? I would like to quote an example here. I will always say to these examples, I always say these examples to my students. So suppose you are an elder brother or you are a father. Your son or your younger brother, little younger brother, has gone outside the place where you reside. He has gone to some other city or town for studies. And उधर जाके वो पढ़ने के सिवा सब कुछ करता है. He does everything than studies. So he doesn't study at all, but he does everything others, and finally he fails. So in between, if you have not taken care of your ward, your son or your brother, it's a ward, the ultimate result is fails. So he has not achieved the purpose. He has not gained the objective. So the result was he failed in the end. Instead of that, suppose you are an intelligent man, you are a wise man, you want to keep an eye on your ward. What is he doing? How is he studying? He is out of sight. But he should not be out of mind. Normally what happens, the things out of sight is out of mind. It should not be here. You should always take a track. Keep a track. What is he doing? तो आप बीच पे जाके उसको चेक करते हैं. You check, you see what is he doing. Is he going to the class? Is he doing fair in the class? Is he answering the questions? Is he writing the exams well? Is he getting good marks in the examinations, the term exams, etc., etc. So what is that purpose? To put him on the right track. And once he is put on the right track, his output will be obtained. So that is known as नियंत्रण या check या control. तो एक चीज तो आप जो जाके कर रहे हैं, the thing what you are doing there, you are going there and doing it. Why are you doing it? That is known as taking feedback. It is, you have to understand, either you are going personally or you are telephoning the teacher or you are asking some of your friends to keep a watch on him. Anyway, so there could be hundreds of ways of taking feedback. But your objective, your main aim is to control the guy, to have a check on the guy so that he does not do anything which is unfair. And he achieves what he is meant for. जिसके लिए वो गया है वो चीज कर रहा है. तो उसके लिए आपने फीडबैक लिया और आपने फाइनली क्या किया? And finally you did control. So now tell me, how do you define control? You are getting an output.
But it was not up to desired level, then we have to check.
Exactly. Output has no meaning if it is not desired output. So output has to be desired output. If you are not getting a desired output, you are although getting an output, but you are not satisfied with that.
कि लड़का 4 बार के इम्तिहान में 2 बार पास हुआ, 2 बार फेल हो गया, सो डिजायर्ड नहीं है. So to get it desired, your objective is to get in every exam pass mark. 4 बार अगर एग्जाम हुए, all the 4 times he must succeed, he must pass. He should not fail in any of the exams. So that is the desired outcome. Mathematically, suppose you have an amplifier. This is the model you do for control. This is the input, this is the process, and this is the output. If the output is not desired, you will not like to have this kind of output. Take an example. Suppose this is an amplifier. The process is amplifier. The process is amplifier. So what is the job of an amplifier? To amplify the signal. You are getting some input as signal to the process. If that process, suppose it is a 10 millivolt input, and suppose your output has to be 100 millivolt, so amplifier has amplified it 10 times. Suppose that is your objective, or that is your aim, that is your goal, and you are getting 10 millivolt into 100 millivolt, the process amplifier, and the amplifier is working properly. Do you need a control? You don't need a control. When you don't need a control, you don't need a feedback also. So इस type का जो system होता है, that is also a control system, but it is known as open loop system, where there is no feedback. But suppose due to some reason, some gain, losses, etc., etc., some kind of losses, signal losses, you don't get 100 millivolt here, but you get say 80 millivolt. In that case, you are not satisfied, because your desired output was 100 millivolt, and you could only manage to get 80 millivolts. That means the process is somewhere wrong. You will first check your input. If the input is of proper value, proper magnitude, proper shape, everything, then there is something wrong in the process, and that is why you are not getting the output. And your output is a desired output of 100 millivolt. Since you are not getting it, in that case, you will definitely require control. Is this point clear? So process is there. The process is meant to get a desired output. The desired output is not obtained, you need a control. And for control, you need to have a feedback path. So this will come like this, and that has to be fed back. The error is to be generated, how much is the error, and that is to be given to the process, and the process will then amplify it properly. So my example is, this example is just given to you that you definitely need a control if you need to have desired output. If the output is not desired, you need a control. If the output is desired, you don't need a control. If you need a control, you have to have a feedback path. If you don't have your control, is your output is desired, you don't have feedback, you don't have control. So these two are clear. Then comes instrumentation. Process, control, instrumentation. Why I am telling you this thing is because they are directly related with automation. What is an instrumentation? क्या समझते हैं instrumentation से आप? What do you mean by instrumentation? And many times it is not a single instrument, it is a scheme. So you can also call it instrumentation. Is this clear? Now tell me, what is instrumentation scheme? It is related with some measurements. Measuring instruments. Now आपने instruments used for measurements. Instruments used for finally process control. So if you don't have the measurement, how will you control it? Suppose यहाँ पर ये जो मैंने 100 millivolt, 10 millivolt का example दिया. Suppose the 10 millivolt is not measured. How do you know that it is 10 millivolt? It has to be measured, and for measuring you need measuring instrumentation. Similarly, output 100 millivolt, you have to measure it with the help of an instrumentation. And Another part of the instrumentation you must have studied is signal processing. Signal processing. This is very, very important. Can you tell me what is signal processing?
Conversion of one type of signal into another, or conversion of, for example, if we are giving a mechanical signal, we want to convert it into an electrical signal. This can be called signal processing, or we apply a mathematical function to any kind of signal, and we generate an output in comparison with that, and we can analyze the output. This can be also done.
That, to some extent, you are very correct, but you cannot define it like that. Signal processing is that, suppose, as I give you, signal is lesser, okay? I want to have it processed to, suppose the signal here is something less, which has to go to the processor, and that processor needs a little higher signal. So you need an amplifier, pre-amplifier here. You need a pre-amplifier here itself. So that is a signal processing. To update the signal. Suppose the signal, another example, suppose the signal has got lot of ripples. You understand ripples? Suppose it is a rectified signal, means DC converted into AC, or say AC converted into DC, rectified, inverted, ulta. So if you, because DC is not available everywhere, in a laboratory, suppose you need a DC signal, what do? You use a rectifier. You take the AC signal, pass it through the rectifier, and get a signal which is almost like DC. But can you tell me that is it pure DC? It will never be pure DC. It will be a pulsating DC. It is something like this. This is a pure DC. And the one, what you are getting is something like this. Something like this. What is this? Pulsating DC. And what is this? Pure DC. The magnitude here from here to here is same. If you have it into frequency domain, the frequency will not change at all. But here, from here to here, lot of variation in this magnitude, frequency, etc. So this has got some inbuilt frequencies which have come from the alternating current system, AC system. But for all practical purposes, we say that it is a DC signal. Now, if that is fed to the process, this will definitely do something wrong to it. The output will not be desired. It will not be effective. It will not be efficient. It will not give you an accurate result. It will not be precise. So for that also, you need processing, clamping, clipping, etc., etc. Then capacitor you put, filtering. Filtering is a process, which is nothing but a signal process. Then, as I said, two examples I have given. One is filtering, another thing is pre-amplifier stage. Another thing, suppose you need a CRO, you must have used. The CRO, there is a range, particular range, that this particular voltage can be applied. But you need to have a voltage to be measured which is much higher. What do you do? You set the probe to the multiplier range, and 1 is to 100, 1 is to 1000, something like that. So it is decreased and then measured. So that is also processing. So all kinds of things. Suppose you have a digital signal. You have a digital signal. You want to put it in analog form. What will you do? You want to know its analog value. You simply use a D2A converter. Digital to analog converter. Or else analog to digital converter, A to D. So when you have a digital output, you will use analog to digital converter. When you want to have a digital then analog output, then D2A converter. So that is also process, signal processing. So there could be several examples of signal processing. As I told you, to have that particular signal of particular value, which the process will understand. So you will need two things in the control itself. One is the measurement, and second thing is process level, signal process level. All these two, both these two parts are nothing but a part of this instrumentation scheme. Let me put it small one. Do you understand? These two are inbuilt in the instrumentation scheme. So instrumentation scheme is nothing but a system which will have measuring system, which will have signal processing system, and which will also have the feedback, etc., etc. So these are the three main elements of an automation system. And when you put all together, it becomes an automation system. It becomes an automation. Now, you have the process, you have the process, you have the control for which you have feedback and measurement, instrumentation, scheme you have to measure it, to signal process it, and further give it to the process. And then again you have measurement at the outside output, and if it is not up to the desired level, you will require a control. So all these things, with control system, process, feedback, instrumentation scheme, when you put together, that becomes one system. And if the objective of that system is to regularize the process and achieve it automatically, it becomes an automation system. Is it clear? Now, what were the process of control? कैसे कैसे ये इसकी उत्पत्ति हुई? थोड़ा सा देखेंगे. And finally, nowadays it is digital control and it is intelligent instrumentation scheme. Up to that we have reached. Now, what was the earlier control system? Can you tell me? Earlier, because जब से ये सभ्यता चली हुई है, हमेशा आदमी ने ये सोचा है कि हमें क्या प्राप्त करना है. What is my objective? उसको किस चीज की जरूरत थी? People used to stay in jungles in the primitive ages, old ages. प्राचीन युग की बात कर रहा हूँ. उस समय न तो कंट्रोल था, न इंस्ट्रूमेंटेशन था. उस समय क्या थी? आदमी था, उसके पास भूख थी, और भूख कैसे वो करता था? वो जंगलों में रहता था. They used to move, even कपड़े भी नहीं होते थे उनके पास. They used to move like animals, and animals की शिकार करके उसकी मांस पर ये रहते थे, जिंदा रहते. But the longevity was there, the human being was there, and they were still had their livelihood. तो उन्होंने क्या किया? पहला चीज जो किया वो किया hunting. They hunted animals. तो hunting में क्या काम किया उन्होंने? They used their muscle power. They used the muscle power. Then came muscle power में मतलब उसके साथ लड़ के भिड़ के जीत के करते थे. उसके बाद they thought कि इनके पास तो weapon नहीं है. Let me have some weapons. Why? Because the human being had a grey matter at the back of his head or her head called the brain. उसने उसकी चालना की, उसको उसने use किया, and he thought कि I have the brain. The animals have more of brawn. There are two things. One is brain, the other is brawn. तो एनिमल के पास अगर शेर से लड़ने जाएगा तो जीत तो पाएगा नहीं. तो क्या करेगा उसको? अगर उसके पास बल्लम होगा, शेर के पास बल्लम तो है नहीं, उसके पास नाखून है, टीथ है, इसके पास उससे ज्यादा बड़ा औजार है, तलवार है, बल्लम है, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा, तो जीत पाएगा. So he used his brain to win over the brawn. Imagine, this is how the control has taken place. This is how the different processes are developed. This is how the research has come. तो उसने इस चीज का यूज किया, and then he thought कि इससे नहीं हो सकता है, फायर आर्म चाहिए हमें. पहले तो उसने स्टील शुरू किया, छड़ लिया, लाठी लिया, all those things. उससे भी जो वो जीत नहीं पाया comfortably, then he thought कि sharp weapons होना चाहिए, जिससे कट जाए. Sharp weapons was an improved version of controlling. Then he came up with fire instruments, firearms. बंदूक ले आया या आग लेके आया. पहले आग से एनिमल डरता है, so आग लेके आया. So this was the improvement in the processes. ये जो process जिसकी मैं बात कर रहा था, ये 1 2 3 4 10 processes है या 20 है या 100 है, प्रोसेस को इसमें धीरे 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 इम्प्रूवमेंट लाया, मैग्नीट्यूड बढ़ा दिया, एफिशिएंसी बढ़ा दिया, लॉसेस कम कर दिया, इफेक्टिवनेस। अब जैसे तलवार में धार ही नहीं है तो लोहा, लेकिन धार नहीं है तो इफेक्टिव होगा क्या? नहीं होगा ना। उसको इफेक्टिव बनाया कैसे? उसके अंदर धार कर दिया। बंदूक है, बंदूक के अंदर कारतूस ही नहीं है, इफेक्टिव होगा? वो कब इफेक्टिव हो गया? जब उसके अंदर कारतूस आ गया। तो ये जो इफेक्टिवनेस लाया गया या एफिशिएंसी लाई गई या उसका इंप्रूवमेंट किया गया, वो स्टेप्स को इंप्रूव किया। एंड व्हाट इज द प्रोसेस? द प्रोसेस रिमेन सेम, बस इफेक्टिवनेस बढ़ गया, एफिशिएंसी बढ़ गई, तो नेचुरली आउटपुट जो है मोर एंड मोर डिजायर्ड होता है। इज इट ओके? सबसे पहले ये आया जिसको हम बोलते हैं मैनुअल कंट्रोल, मसल पावर यूज किया। Please give me the duster. Are you getting the points what I am trying to tell you? So the processes were control processes were first manual. I have given you the understanding, I have given you the example what was a manual process. Clear? Then came semi-automatic. What was semi-automatic process? Can you give me an example of semi-automatic?
Okay.
A cannon. Okay. Manual process was हाथ से इस चेयर को उठा के यहाँ रख दिया और ड्रैग इट। सेमी ऑटोमेटिक किसी चीज से इसको बांध के खींचा, यू जस्ट पुल इट विद द हेल्प ऑफ अ रोप, दैट बिकम्स सेमी ऑटोमेटिक प्रोसेस। व्हाट इज एन ऑटोमेटिक प्रोसेस? इसको किसी चक्के पे बैठा के ड्राइव लगा दो, इट विल ऑटोमेटिकली गो। इज इट नॉट? Semi automatic process was one process. This is all mechanical process. Then came electrical process. Now what is happening? Semi automatic was also an improved version of manual process, but it was in the mechanical group only. Then people thought, can I use some outside agency or some energy to do it more effective so that my efforts are lesser? तो हमने क्या यूज किया? मोटर का यूज कर दिया, इलेक्ट्रिक ड्राइव लगा दिया, so that became an electrical process, and this was actually electromagnetic process. मतलब when I give electricity to a conductor, that becomes magnet and that attracts the things, the plunger moves and hence my drive starts moving. So I made the electromagnetic controller for the process, which is nothing but electrical. I name it electromagnetic because electricity देने से conductor के अंदर magnetic field आपने generate कर लिया, so it becomes electromagnetic. Then came electronic. Electronic process. देखिए इस मैग्नेटिक एम्पलीफायर है, मरकरी आर्क रेक्टिफायर। Have you seen a mercury arc rectifier? Something which is a very good example of electromagnetic control. Electromagnetic control is electric bell. Simple electric bell is also electromagnetic control. A relay is electromagnetic control. Yeah? Is it not? when I give supply to it, it has a open, I mean this switch which is becomes open, or sometimes it is closed. So OC and OD, and it works. So that becomes an electromagnetic field. Okay. Mercury arc rectifier were very long used in thermal power stations for controlling, but the voltage drop was severe in this. I about 10 years back I went to Rajasthan and they were using instead Lexibot substation Mercury arc rectifier. 10-15 years. There is an outdated thing. You know what is the voltage drop? 80 volts where the voltage drop, and you are using it as a controller. So your controller doesn't work. It is a failure as a controller. It is the desired output is you never going to achieve. So this also changed. Then came your electronic controllers. Electronic controller में two types का है. One is analog and the other one is digital. Analog controllers. Can you tell me? Process controllers. Amplifiers. पहले डिवाइस कौन सा बना? Diode, transistors. Is it not? Then came thyristors, diodes, transistors, thyristors. Yes. IGBT, power transistors. MOSFETs, power MOSFETs, etc. So many things. Is it not? पहले ये small rating में है, so diodes, transistors, thyristors, आगे ये power हो गया, etc. But then power transistor, power MOSFET, power diodes, IGBTs, इसकी rating बढ़ती गई. Why? What was the requirement? Transistor small transistor होता है जिसकी rating आपकी 1 ampere है, 220 volt. The power rating is very small. But we went to power transistors. We went to power diodes. Diode is SL100. है ना? बहुत सारे diodes हैं. 1N series diode is there. VY series diode, VY126, VY127, etc. These diodes are small rating diodes. They are only the rectifier diodes. But when I want a power, higher power, why do I need it? Tell me. Need क्या हो गई high power के? Because the machines, the devices which I want to control in the industry are of higher rating. So छोटा सा diode या छोटा transistor लगा के आप क्या करेंगे? You will not be able to control it at all. So you need a higher power rating. So power rated devices were, but they are all analog devices. Then came digital, microprocessor, microcontroller. Your PLCs, their PCs, etc. They are all digital devices. Whose supply is say about 6 volts DC, 5 volt DC, but the output is very small. Now you tell me, can we have a completely digital controller? If you want a process controller, analog can be from lower to higher. Lower से लेके higher तक चला गया. If you imagine diode could be of, as I said, 1 ampere, 1.5 ampere, and say 220 volt. That is the rating is very small. And one thyristor could be of megawatt rating. Megawatt rating, इतनी high power rating. But that is also analog. कहने का मतलब ये है कि analog जो आपके इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कंट्रोलर्स बने या डिवाइसेस बने वो पहले बहुत स्मॉल रेटिंग की होती थी. बट व्हाट वाज द रेटिंग रिक्वायरमेंट? द रिक्वायरमेंट वाज अगेन टू गेट द डिजायर्ड आउटपुट. You see how we are going towards automation. That I want to tell you. इसकी आवश्यकता इसलिए हुई कि जब इंडस्ट्री है उसके अंदर आके, पहले आपकी इंडस्ट्री में जो स्पीड कंट्रोल होता था उसमें आपका शागे मोटर भी यूज होता था, आजकल होता है फिर शागे मोटर, इट इज आउटडेटेड. Then you had that motor generator set. Do you have that type of Lord Leonard controller? You have it now? No. Why? It is the modernization, it is the effectiveness, it is the power losses, it is the maintenance cost, it is the cost, total cost, वगैरह अगर आप देखते जाएं, all these things. So improvement is taking place because the requirement is different. So if you go for a thyristor, which is a much high power device, and I said one SCR, which is a thyristor, could be of megawatt rating. Could you imagine that? Now, why this was how rating is required? Requirement is there. Where is it used? Can you tell me? Where is it used? High power of say megawatt rating. This device, where are you using? You will give me an example.
Electrostatic precipitator.
Electrostatic precipitator is definitely high power, but it is not of megawatt rating. It is there. It is there.
In the rectifier of synchronous generators, where we can where we send excitation to that.
That is not very helpful. You are forgetting DC power, HVDC.
HVD.
HVDC. This is very, very important. High voltage DC transmission. And nowadays the concept is not HVDC. The concept is EHVDC, extra high voltage DC transmission. Now you will ask me, why so much high voltage is required? Tell me. This, I think, as an electrical engineer, you are all an electrical engineer basically. Some of you are electrical engineers.
Yes.
Okay. The transmission is AC. Basically, it is AC transmission. It is not DC. And we call it as flexible AC transmission. Okay. Flexible AC transmission. High voltage it is. I am talking of high voltage. What is the advantage? As you go for higher and higher voltage, the current carrying capacity will be reduced. Simple. The current carrying capacity of the conductor through which you are taking the power from one place to another. Transmission means what? You are transmitting the power from place A to place B. You are generating the power at place A, but you are transmitting it to place B, which is high at a high distance. So when you are transmitting through a conductor only you will transmit. So you need to design the conductor where it will be, where it should be able to bear that amount much of power. So what is power? Power is nothing, the product of voltage and current, and followed by a power factor. Correct? So if the voltage is high, to meet the power, the current has to be less. So current carrying capacity of the conductor reduces by increasing the voltage. So that is why transmission is always done at high voltage, whether it is AC or it is DC. So I am talking of AC first, flexible AC transmission. FACS, we call it FACS, flexible AC transmission system, FACS. This is normal practice. And when you are trying to have DC transmission, why DC transmission? Because the losses will be lesser, the conductor will be only one, the earth can be the return path. So their conductor is reduced, so cost is reduced by half. And as you go for higher voltage, the DC transmission is much cheaper than flexible AC transmission. That's why the transmission part is DC. Only transmission, but distribution. You see, there are three things: generation, transmission, and distribution, and after that, utilization. Generation, transmission, distribution, and utilization. You will generate at 11 kV. Transmit at very high voltage because you want to reduce the losses. I square R loss. जितनी आपकी ये कम होगी उतना ही आपको इकोनॉमिकल. और कंडक्टर की साइज भी आपकी छोटी हो जाएगी, इसलिए हाई वोल्टेज। लेकिन डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन जहां पर आप गए हैं, जहां पर आपके कंज्यूमर्स हैं, उसके पहले इसको डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन सबस्टेशन में जाकर फिर इसको स्टेप डाउन करना। यहाँ पर आपने क्या किया, स्टेप अप किया, स्टेप इट अप, देन ट्रांसमिशन के बाद स्टेप डाउन के बाद फर्दर स्टेप डाउन फॉर द यूटिलाइजर्स। आपके घर में तो इतना वोल्टेज आता नहीं है, आपके घर में यू आर डोमेस्टिक यूजर्स, कितनी वोल्टेज आती है आपके घर? 220 volts. So it is from 3 phase to single phase. Further 440, yes, स्टार कनेक्ट कर देंगे तो फेज टू फेज वोल्टेज 1/3 हो जाएगा, एंड दैट इज 220 volts समथिंग लाइक दैट, 1/√3 times। तो ये जो प्रोसेस है, इसको प्रोसेस को करने के लिए आपको बहुत सारी डिवाइसेस की आवश्यकता होती है। मैं आपको कह रहा था कि थायरिस्टर मेगावाट रेटिंग कहाँ यूज होती है, वो HVDC ट्रांसमिशन में होती है, बिकॉज द ट्रांसमिशन इज DC बट डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन इज अगेन AC and generation is also AC. Can you tell me any generation which is DC, which generates DC? Just tell me. So DC generator.
Power plant through turbine, the current will be generated in DC form.
DC form. Well, you have heard of the two terms. One is alternator, which is AC generator. The other is DC generator. So what is this DC generator doing? It is generating DC, isn't it?
Yes.
It is generating DC. But okay, you have said that it is generating DC, and I also agree with it. But try to understand how electricity is generated. It is on the basis of Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. So Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction के हिसाब से DC generate ही नहीं हो सकता, AC generate होगा ना, because there is a flux, moving flux, relatively moving, so it is always AC. So how DC generator is generating DC?
By the help of commutator.
Commutator. So you are doing nothing, but you are rectifying it. So it is not a DC generator. We call it a DC generator. It generates AC only, and we convert it into DC with the help of the commutator. Clear? Similarly, here DC transmission जो हो रहा है, ट्रांसमिशन जो DC कर दिया हमने, तो पहले तो जनरेट तो 11 के लिए AC हुआ ना, तो हमने कैसे इसको DC में कन्वर्ट कर देंगे? We need to have a power thyristor. Here SCR is required. A rectifier is used, and that has to be a very, very high power device. So there we use megawatt rating thyristors. अब आपने कर दिया DC ट्रांसमिशन, फर्दर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन में फिर उसको आपको AC में कन्वर्ट करना पड़ेगा। फिर क्या करेंगे? अब तो वो DC आ रहा है, अब इन्वर्टर लगा देंगे। इन्वर्टर इज अगेन नथिंग बट अ ब्रिज। So you are using double bridge. One you are using at the conversion from generation to DC for transmission purpose. Another from transmission to DC, again you are converting into AC. So there also you are using this. So these are the users, very, very important users. They are called thyristors, like SCRs, triacs, diodes, etc. etc. And there are many. Suppose there is a class on thyristors and all, then I'll tell you. But this I wanted to tell you that this is a control processor actually, which is still analog. So high power is also required, low power is also required, but it is still analog in nature. And how about these? Microprocessor, microcontroller, PLCs, PCS, etc. PCs, etc. ये सारे डिजिटल डिवाइसेस हैं। अब ये बताइए कि इसका इनपुट क्या है? डिजिटल इनपुट होगा ना, इट विल ओनली अंडरस्टैंड द बाइनरी लैंग्वेज, इट विल नॉट अंडरस्टैंड द अदर लैंग्वेज। तो अगर मैं इससे एनालॉग को कंट्रोल करने लगूं, विल इट बी पॉसिबल? इफ यू आर little bit of knowledge of controllers, you will have one final control element. FCE, final control element. What is this final control element? जब ब्लॉक से आप जिस चीज को कंट्रोल करना चाह रहे हो प्रोसेसर में, उसके अंदर एक डिवाइस होती है, उसको फाइनल कंट्रोल एलिमेंट कहते हैं। वो फाइनल कंट्रोल एलिमेंट जो है, ये भाषा नहीं समझती है, that only understands the analog language. It does not understand digital, yeah, binary language, because it will understand 5 volts, 10 volts, 5 amperes, 30 amperes, something like that. These are all analog signals. And this microprocessor, microcontroller, PLC, इनका आउटपुट जो होता है वो इस टाइप होता है, डिजिटल, हाई एंड लो. This will not be understood by the FC. So again you need what? Conversion, that means D to A converter. So I was just trying to tell you that this alone, although this is a very accurate controller, these are more precise controllers, but it will alone not be able to control finally. The final control element has to get an analog signal, and it is only possible with the help of a D to A converter. Is it clear? So now try to understand that I started with these things, very simple thing, that what is going to be the desired output. If by chance you don't require any output which is of desired level, then you don't need any control. But is it possible practically? अगर हमें 30 वोल्ट चाहिए और उस जगह 25 वोल्ट आ रहा है तो आपको वो मान होगा उसको आप मान लेंगे? नॉट. बोले ये तो 5 वोल्ट का डिफरेंस है, and this is a hell of a lot of difference. 1/6 means about 17% error. You will not accept it. Instead क्या करेंगे आप? उस 5 वोल्ट को मेकअप करने की कोशिश करेंगे, और उस 5 वोल्ट को मेकअप करने के लिए whole lot of these things what I am talking about inbuilt in the system. So वो चीज करने के बाद जब आपका फाइनल कंट्रोल जो आपको वैल्यू है वो आ जाएगी, वो कहलाएगा कंट्रोलर. दैट विल बी द कंट्रोलर. इट कुड बी एनीथिंग बियॉन्ड दिस. डिजिटल में जो है ये प्रोग्राम्ड कंट्रोलर होते हैं. Program controllers. I hope you understand program controllers. Because whenever you are talking a microprocessor or you are talking a microcontroller, you are going to program it. आप प्रोग्राम कर देंगे, उस प्रोग्राम के हिसाब से मान लीजिए एक एग्जांपल मैं दे रहा हूं कि इस कमरे को आपको 24 डिग्री सेल्सियस पे 24 प्लस माइनस 0.5 डिग्री सेल्सियस इस पे आपको टेम्परेचर मेंटेन करना. मान लीजिए एग्जांपल that you want to control and regulate. There are two things. One is control, another thing is regulate. Regulate करने का मतलब क्या होता है? क्या होता है? Why these two words? Regulator and controller.
Regulator is something that we can
Up
do
and down.
by our
Change करना.
controller is up and down.
Controller is it will fix the value and put it on that. Regulator is if there is a different value, it will try to change its position and take it to the original. That is regulator. Okay. तो यहाँ पर regulator word मैं इसलिए यूज कर रहा हूँ कि सपोज कर लीजिए बहुत ठंड हो रही बाहर, तो रूम का टेम्परेचर भी बाहर मान लीजिए 0 डिग्री सेल्सियस हो गया, चंडीगढ़ में हो जाता है, तो यहाँ पर 1 या 2 डिग्री हो जाएगा, या ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा 3 डिग्री हो जाएगा. बाहर 0 डिग्री है, here it is 3 degrees, but you need to have 24 degrees. ये कंट्रोलर नहीं कहलाएगा, ये क्या कहलाएगा? रेगुलेटर कहलाएगा कि उस डिग्री से जाके इसको यहाँ सेट करें. अब ये रेगुलेट करने के लिए आपको एक कंट्रोलर लगाना पड़ेगा. तो आप क्या सोचते हैं यहाँ क्या करेंगे? और चंडीगढ़ का ये एग्जाम्पल मैं दे रहा हूँ कि इसी कमरे के बाहर 45 डिग्री भी हो सकता है, तब भी आपको यही टेम्परेचर चाहिए. एरर इज 0.5 डिग्री सेल्सियस. क्या करेंगे आप? क्या करेंगे? व्हाट विल यू डू? क्या आपने एज एन इंजीनियर क्या आपके मन में आता? जो आप ऑटोमेशन की बात कर रहे हैं तो आप क्या करना चाहेंगे यहाँ पर? ऐसे जनरल बताओ ना कि क्या करना चाहेंगे आप? तो क्या करोगे आप? आपको ऑटोमेटिक करना है ना. हाउ विल यू गो अबाउट इट? सपोज यू आर द इंचार्ज एंड आई एम द बॉस. आई टेल यू कि आप इसका कंट्रोलर बना के दीजिए, तो उसके अंदर आप क्या करना चाहोगे? व्हाट विल यू? यार तुम बताओ ना क्या करोगे।
एक टेम्परेचर मेजरमेंट सिस्टम लगाएंगे।
एक टेम्परेचर मेजरमेंट सिस्टम नहीं होता, उसको बोलते हैं सेंसर, टेम्परेचर सेंसर, राइट। सबसे पहला आपको जो आवश्यकता होगी, दैट वी विद टेम्परेचर सेंसर विच विल इमीडिएटली सेंस द टेम्परेचर ऑफ द रूम। सपोज इट इज x, नाउ x wants to be, it needs to be increased or it needs to be decreased, दो ही सिचुएशन है। कितना इंक्रीज या डिक्रीज करना है वो नेक्स्ट स्टेप है कि नहीं। तो अगर आपको मान लीजिए कि टेम्परेचर को बढ़ाना है तो आपके पास क्या जरिया बनता है, टेम्परेचर बढ़ाना है। मान लो फ्रीजिंग पॉइंट में आ गया, अब आप 24 डिग्री पे जा रहे हो, 2 डिग्री आ गया और उसको 24 डिग्री पे आपको इंक्रीज करना है, तो लॉजिक क्या बनती है, व्हाट लॉजिक यू विल लाइक टू डू, हीटर, इज इट नॉट, यू लाइक टू हैव ए हीटर, तो वहां पर ऑटोमेटिकली एक हीटर ऑन होना चाहिए कि नहीं, बताओ, एक या दो जितनी कैपेसिटी है, हीटर को ऑन करेंगे आप। आपकी जो एल्गो है वो मैं बता रहा हूँ, आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग यू जो एल्गो, उस एल्गो को फिर आप कन्वर्ट करोगे इन सर्किटरी, देन यू विल नीड दिस सेंसर, हीटर, ये सब आपको लिखना पड़ेगा, देन यू हैव टू डिजाइन इट, उसकी रेटिंग देखनी पड़ेगी, देन यू हैव टू मेक अ सर्किट ऑफ इट, दैट बिकम्स अ कंट्रोलर। सिमिलरली सपोज 45 डिग्री सेल्सियस हो रहा है, अब क्या करेंगे आप, एसी ऑन करोगे या कूलर ऑन करोगे, कुछ करोगे ना, तो यू नीड अ हीटर, यू नीड अ कूलर और एसी, एंड यू नीड अ सिस्टम which senses the temperature of the room, and accordingly a system which will put either the heater on or the cooler on, and finally एक टाइम के बाद वो टेम्परेचर को फिर सेंस करके इसको फिर बंद कर देगा और उसको सस्टेन करेगा। आई गिव यू वेरी सिंपल एग्जांपल, there could be very very complex examples, this is known as automation। हमने ऑटोमेशन में क्या किया कि लॉजिक को पकड़ा कि हमें क्या चाहिए, व्हाट वाज माय ऑब्जेक्टिव, माय ऑब्जेक्टिव वाज द डिजायर्ड टेम्परेचर ऑफ दिस रेंज, 24.5 भी हो सकता है या 23.5 भी हो सकता है। अगर वहां जाके हमने सेट, वो सेट पॉइंट कहते हैं, इसको क्या बोलते हैं, सेट पॉइंट, मीन्स 24.5 सेट कर देना हमें, उससे नीचे भी नहीं जाना, उससे ऊपर भी नहीं जाना। तो हमने लॉजिक लगाया कि इसको पाने के लिए बाहर का जो टेम्परेचर है, अंदर का जो टेम्परेचर, उसको सेंस करो, सेंस करने के बाद इस डिवाइस को ऑन करो, कितनी देर तक ऑन करेंगे कि ये टेम्परेचर आ जाए, उसके बाद उसको स्विच ऑफ करो और सस्टेन इट, अगर फिर से वो बढ़ने लगे फिर उसको ऑन कर दो, अगर वो फिर से कम होना शुरू करे फिर से हीटर को ऑन करो, लाइक दैट। सो दैट इज नोन एज रेगुलेटर, ठीक है। सो ये मैं आपको इसलिए बता रहा हूं कि आपके प्रोसेसेस, आपके डिवाइसेस आर देयर, दीज आर, इनको सबको अगर आप जोड़ देंगे, पूरी सर्किट को जोड़ देंगे, दैट बिकम्स द स्कीम और द सिस्टम, ऑटोमेटिक सिस्टम ऑफ टेम्परेचर कंट्रोलर ऑफ दिस रूम। इज इट क्लियर? एक एग्जांपल और देता हूं आपको कि कब तक क्लास है, व्हाट है, 1 बजे, ओके, तुमने तो 1 से पौने 1 बजे छोड़ना है, तो हमने 11:15 छोड़ा, ओके राइट। सपोज करिए आपका एक एग्जांपल है कि आपको मोटर है, यू हैव अ मोटर, मोटर को आपको फिक्स स्पीड पे चलाना है। सपोज आई गिव यू एन एग्जांपल दैट देयर इज अ मोटर व्हिच इज अ ड्राइव which is being used to do some work, and the objective is to run it at a constant speed of 1000 rpm। तो क्या करेंगे आप, आपके दिमाग में क्या आएगा, टाइप ऑफ मोटर, सपोज डीसी मोटर, डीसी ड्राइव। The function of the work, the process is to drag something, okay? वो सर्कुलर फंक्शन भी हो सकता है, लीनियर भी हो सकता है, लीनियर मोशन और सर्कुलर मोशन दोनों ही हो सकता है। सर्कुलर मोशन में भी मोटर काम करता है, लीनियर में लीनियर मोटर काम करता है। नाउ आई हैव टू कंट्रोल द स्पीड और रेगुलेट द स्पीड ऑफ द ड्राइव, दैट इज नथिंग बट द मोटर। वो क्यों, क्योंकि जो आपका प्रोसेस है उसकी स्पीड जो है या तो घट सकती है सेट स्पीड से, मतलब 1000 आरपीएम से, या कम हो सकती है। सपोज इट गो 1200 आरपीएम, आप क्या करना चाहेंगे? स्पीड को कम करेंगे ड्राइव की, ताकि वो बैक टू 1000 आरपीएम हो. Suppose it has gone to 800 RPM. In that case, you would like to increase the speed of the drive so much that it again goes back to the original 1000 RPM. ठीक है? तो इसको करने के लिए आपके पास क्या क्या होना चाहिए? एक तो ड्राइव की स्पीड को सेंस करने के लिए आपको सेंसर है. Name me a device which can sense the speed of a drive. टैकोमीटर. ओके, ठीक है. टैकोमीटर को आपको लगा के रखेंगे तो आरपीएम में ये होगा, राइट. लेकिन जब मैं कंट्रोलर की बात कर रहा हूं तो कंट्रोलर तो आपका इलेक्ट्रिकल है. टैको जनरेटर विल बी रिक्वायर्ड. एग्जैक्टली. टैकोमीटर आपने ठीक कहा. टैकोमीटर मेजर्स द स्पीड इन आरपीएम. माइंड इट. टैकोमीटर measures the speed of the drive in RPM, revolutions per minute. Revolution per minute is a mechanical term. It is not an electrical signal. इसका जो आउटपुट है वो इलेक्ट्रिकल नहीं है. तो हमें वो आरपीएम को कन्वर्ट करना पड़ेगा इलेक्ट्रिकल सिग्नल में, क्योंकि हमें तो इलेक्ट्रिकल सिग्नल पे काम करना है ना. उसको हम कंट्रोलर में देंगे. तो हमें टैकोमीटर की जगह क्या यूज करना पड़ेगा? टैको जनरेटर. Now what is the difference between tachometer and tacho generator? What is the difference?
Tacho generator is a type of DC generator.
DC generator, okay. क्या है क्या चीज?
It generates voltage proportionate to the speed of the.
That is all right. इसको बोलते क्या है? इंजीनियरिंग टर्म में इन दोनों में क्या फर्क है? What is the difference? I tell you.
A tacho generator can be used in the feedback.
No, feedback. All right. So tacho generator is a transducer, and the tachometer is a sensor. So mind it. इन सबों को जानने के लिए आपको ये टर्म्स भी जानने होंगे कि a sensor is that device which senses the output in its form only. वो मोटर जो घूम रही है वो आरपीएम में घूम रही है. इसको मैकेनिकल स्पीड बोलते हैं. It is running in terms of mechanical speed, mechanical angular velocity, and that is measured in revolution per minute. But it is not an electrical signal. हमें जो काम करना है कंट्रोलर में देना है वो इलेक्ट्रिकल सिग्नल लेना है. इसलिए हमें सेंसर से काम नहीं बनेगा. किससे काम बनेगा? ट्रांसड्यूसर से काम बनेगा. And the transducer of tachometer is nothing but tachometer. Is it clear? मैं आपको ये एग्जांपल इसलिए दे रहा हूँ ताकि हर चीज आपको क्लियर होता जाए कि क्या है ऑटोमेशन. तब आप एज एन इंजीनियर और एज अ मैथमेटिशियन यू कैन डिजाइन. यू कैन ऑल्सो डिजाइन अ कंट्रोलर, राइट? ओके, अब आपको ये पता चलेगा. अब मान लीजिए कि स्पीड आरपीएम जो उसकी बढ़ गई है, तो योर ऑब्जेक्टिव इज टू रिड्यूस द आरपीएम. ठीक है ना? तो रिड्यूस आरपीएम करके आप उस प्रोसेसर में भेजना चाहिए. तो वहां पर क्या करेंगे? वो जो आपको आया वो सिग्नल जो है, पहले जो सिग्नल दे रहा था सेट पॉइंट विच वाज यहाँ पर टेम्परेचर था, वहां क्या है? 1000 आरपीएम. 1000 आरपीएम एंड दिस इज 800 आरपीएम. व्हाट इज द एरर? 200 आरपीएम. 200 आरपीएम को आपको एम्पलीफाई कर देना है, इसको बढ़ा के एक्सेस करना है. ठीक है ना? तो आपको जो वहां ब्रिज लगा होगा थायरिस्टर का, जो कि हम कंट्रोलर की तरह यूज करते हैं, उसकी फायरिंग एंगल को अकॉर्डिंगली चेंज करना पड़ेगा ताकि वो जल्दी जल्दी चलने लगे और उसकी वोल्टेज बढ़ जाए. आउटपुट वोल्टेज जो घट गया था वो बढ़ जाए. इसको बोलते हैं वोल्टेज कंट्रोल. तो जो भी वोल्टेज बढ़ेगा तो मोटर की स्पीड बढ़ जाएगी. कितनी बड़ी? आपने इसको पहले से नाप लिया, 200 आरपीएम. दिस इज ऑटोमेशन. यू आर नॉट डूइंग इट एनीथिंग. You are doing it through a device which you have created, you have designed. So automatic system is that which is a regulator, speed regulator. आपको रेगुलेट हो रहा है. पहले घट गया, फिर वो बढ़ गया. मान लीजिए वो बढ़ा हुआ था तो वो घट गया. मान लीजिए वो घट गया था, किसी लोड के हिसाब से घटता बढ़ता है, उसको बढ़ा दो. तो उसको मेंटेन करना या उसको सस्टेन करना इज रेगुलेटर, एंड दैट इज नथिंग बट अ कंट्रोलर which is doing it automatically. That's why it is automation. एक एग्जांपल मैंने आपको टेम्परेचर ऑटोमेशन का दिया, which was nothing but regulator. तो क्या क्या चीज बताया उसमें? एक आपको चाहिए सेंसर, एक आपको चाहिए हीटर, एक आपको चाहिए कूलर या एसी, whatever it is, and you have to need the switches, A to B converters, totally measurement system, sensor, etc. etc. जब आप उसको पूरी चीज को जोड़ देंगे सर्किटरी में, it becomes a system which is nothing but an automatic system of temperature regulator. Automatic system of temperature regulator. Similarly, automatic system of speed control. क्या वो डीसी मोटर हो, क्या वो एसी मोटर हो, जैसा आपको आउटपुट चाहिए उस हिसाब से वो करें. तो इसके अंदर भी सेमी ऑटोमेटिक भी हो सकता है एंड 100% ऑटोमेटिक भी हो सकता है. एज यू गो ऑन मोर एंड मोर द सिस्टम बिकम्स कॉम्प्लेक्स. ठीक है. विद दिस आइडिया एट द बैकग्राउंड, आई वुड लाइक टू टेल यू कि व्हाट कुड बी अ सिस्टम. अभी आपको सिस्टम के बारे में पता चल गया ना. तो सिस्टम ज्यादातर जो आप मैथमेटिक्स में पढ़ते हैं, क्या होता है सिस्टम? व्हाट इज अ सिस्टम? सिस्टम इज नथिंग बट combination of different devices for performing different set of activities in order to get a particular desired output. If that is obtained automatically, the system becomes automatic. Is it clear? Can you reproduce it? If I ask you what is an automatic system, मैंने आपको काफी एग्जांपल्स भी दिए हैं, मैंने वो समझाने की कोशिश किया. सपोज आई आस्क यू, can you explain me what is an automatic system? How will you define it? बताइए. No, better a little louder. It can be a system. It has to be a system. Yes. A system is a combination of different devices and measuring instruments to perform the activities which are said to be the process in sequential manner, and to achieve the desired output. If it automatically performs the steps and get the output, desired output, it becomes an automatic system. Clear? अब कितने प्रकार के सिस्टम हो सकते हैं? Can anybody tell me this? Mathematically. Generally, कितने प्रकार के systems होते हैं? How many systems you have in front of you? Mind it, this is just an introductory lecture. We have lot of complications, that's why a little bit of mathematics मैं आपको बताना चाहूँगा. मैंने आपको introduction बताया ना, ये clear हुआ कि नहीं? Is it clear to you? I would like to tell little bit of mathematics, not much of it. Types of system. You know, one is the linear system, and another is can you define? I think you can very well define it. Linear system and non-linear system. Mathematics man. How do you define a linear system?
We can define it on the graph from the graph. This
What?
gives a straight line. System gives a straight line with three that
You mean a linear system is this? This is of course a constant, so this up to this is a linear system, right? What do you mean by this?
Means when we increase x, it will proportionally increase the y.
Linearly, right? Okay. Then what is a non-linear system? Suppose I write
Like parabolic, hyperbolic.
y square is equal to 3x square plus 2z plus 5y. y cube is equal to 4x square plus 3z square plus 6y, and say z where if you reduce number, what are these equations? Non-linear equations. How do you say that this is a linear system, this is a non-linear system?
In these questions, the curve is always, it is a curve. When we draw a graph, it is always a curve.
Okay. When you represent it graphically, it either goes like this, or it goes like this, or it goes like this. Clear? Could be either this, or this, or this. It is a straight line representation. Means the output varies linearly to the output. It does not matter this constant. It is a slope. Slope it matters. ये है ना स्लोप आपका, यहाँ स्लोप से है, यहाँ स्लोप है, यहाँ स्लोप है, यहाँ स्लोप है. ओके. अगर इसमें सेट ऑफ इक्वेशंस आपको दे दें y1, y2, y3 and there are 3 equations. Now mind it, why I am telling you, because any system can be mathematically represented. इसको बोलते हैं mathematical representation of a system. Now you understand what is a system? पहले system मैंने आपको बताया ना. Any system can be represented mathematically. Now I am trying to mathematically represent a system. Well, I said it could be either a linear system or a non-linear system. So if I write it jargon of equations, that becomes a mathematical representation. किसी भी सिस्टम को मैथमेटिकली रिप्रेजेंट करना चाहें तो उनकी जो पैरामीटर्स हैं, उनकी जो वेरिएंट्स हैं, उनके द्वारा हम उस सिस्टम को बता सकते हैं. सिंपल लैंग्वेज इज दिस. These are nothing, x, y and z are nothing but parameters. And these parameters, like parameters का example दो. Temperature, pressure, velocity, coefficient, etc. etc. इन सब चीजों को मिला के अगर मैं लिखना चाहूँ और जितनी इक्वेशंस लिख दूंगा वो सारा कुछ उसकी मैथमेटिकल रिप्रेजेंटेशन में. ठीक है. अब बताइए, जब आप डॉक्टर के पास जाते हैं, when your body is also system, this human body is a system, your eye is a system, your hand is a system, everything is a system, and put together that becomes a body, that is also a system. तो अगर आपकी हाथ की बात करें, it is a control system. Eye की बात करें, that is also a control system. Your heart is a separate control system. Your legs are separate control system. क्यों control system? क्योंकि अगर आपको यहाँ पर खजुआता है, irritate होता है, तो आप इस हाथ से जाके ऐसे से करते ही नहीं. Why do you do it? Because that is your requirement. यहाँ पर अगर हो रहा है, यहाँ तो नहीं करेंगे. करेंगे क्या? इधर ही करेंगे. How do you do it? Why do you do it? Because your requirement is placed. Suppose कर लीजिए आपको प्यास बहुत लगी है, आप सोना चाहेंगे या पानी पीना चाहेंगे? पानी पीना चाहिए. Suppose you are hungry. What do you like to do? आप पिक्चर देखने जाएंगे या खाना खाने जाएंगे? So that it is always your requirement. That is the desired output. Try to understand. आपको आंख में नींद बहुत आ रही तो आपको ऐसा ऐसा करेंगे नहीं. You will try to close it. उस तरह किताब को नहीं पढ़ेंगे, चलो बाद में करेंगे. So this is the requirement, and that requirement is nothing but the desired output. उसको पाने के लिए ही सारा कुछ हो रहा है. और उसको अच्छी तरह पाने के लिए अगर आपको बहुत भूख लग रही है और आपको 2 रोटी दे दे, फिर आप मन ही मन सोचेंगे यार 4 तो और मिलता तो अच्छा होता. Because your desired outputs are 4 chapatis, but it has been given to you only. What will you like to do? You will ask 2 और दे भाई. तो ये एक आपका कंट्रोल हो गया. Is it okay? तो ये जो सिस्टम है मैथमेटिकली अगर मैं रिप्रेजेंट करूं, इट डिपेंड्स ऑन इट्स नीड. तो कोई तो आपका स्ट्रेट लाइन है, कोई आपका पैराबोला है, कोई आपका हाइपरबोला है, समथिंग लाइक दैट, कुछ भी आएगा. अगर ये भी चीजें ठीक हैं, ये भी उतनी क्लिष्ट नहीं है. सिस्टम्स आर नॉट वेरी डिफिकल्ट. वो जो मैं कह रहा था ना y1, y2, y3 z1, z2, z3, अगर आपके पास साइमल्टेनियस इक्वेशंस हैं और 3 अननोन हैं, 3 इक्वेशंस हैं, आपको कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. You don't have any problem. The solution is ready. You will try to eliminate one, put that value, eliminate the second, put that value, get the solution. So you get the solution. But अगर ये फॉर्म आ गया आपको, उस समय कैसा आउटपुट आएगा बता सकते हैं? ये रेस्पॉन्स है ना, दिस इज द रेस्पॉन्स. मैथमेटिकल मैन विल रिप्रेजेंट मोर. दिस इज नथिंग बट आउटपुट रेस्पॉन्स. ये सिस्टम का आउटपुट रेस्पॉन्स ऐसे है. अगर ऐसा सिस्टम आ जाए उसका आउटपुट रिस्पॉन्स शायद ऐसा हो जाए. नाउ टेल मी, इसको आप आसानी से हैंडल कर सकते हैं या इन सुनो को? What is that problem which has come here? What is that problem? It is the degree of non-linearity. This is very, very important. Degree of non-linearity. Here the non-linearity is there, but the degree is very, very simple. 1 degree. यहाँ पर आपका जितना ये पावर बढ़ता जाएगा, इक्वेशंस आप जितनी मर्जी लगा लीजिए, आप सोल्यूशन नहीं कर पाएंगे. इसी तरह आपका dy/dx आ जाए या d2y/dx² आ जाए, सो ऑन. ये आपकी नॉन लिनियरिटी, ये आपकी डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन आ गई. उसमें भी डिग्री ऑफ नॉन लिनियरिटी बढ़ता है. सो द सिस्टम is represented mathematically, no doubt, but it becomes very, very complex if the degree of non-linearity is. और उसको सॉल्व करना बहुत कठिन होता है. और ऐसे चीज को अगर आप ऑटोमेटिक कंट्रोलर बनाना चाहें, ऑटोमेटिक करना चाहें, तो आपके पास खोपड़ी खाली हो जाएगी. This is the job of instrumentation engineer. This is the job of a mathematician who will tell how the system is to be designed. किस तरीके से ऑटोमेटिक करेंगे. एक था कि हमने सिर्फ मैथमेटिकली इसको सेंस किया, 24 डिग्री सेल्सियस सेंस किया और उस हिसाब से उसको कर दिया, जो मैंने आपको एग्जांपल दिया. या 1000 आरपीएम को सेंस किया, अकॉर्डिंगली उससे कंट्रोल किया. मान लीजिए कभी तो 24 हो रहा है, कभी वो हमारा सेट पॉइंट 23 है, कभी 22 है, तो फ्लक्चुएटिंग है. उसको ऑटोमेटिक बनाना इज वेरी, वेरी डिफिकल्ट. जैसे आपकी बॉडी में है, जब आप जाते हैं डॉक्टर के पास, तो डॉक्टर आपकी स्टेटस को समझने की कोशिश करता है. He knows that due to some reason your body, which is nothing but a system, has gone out of order. वो क्या करता है आपको? What does he do? यहाँ आँख देखता है, पल्स देखता है, आला लगाता है, टेम्परेचर देखता है, and then he writes some, recommend some prescription. उसमें वो 3-4 चीजें लगा देता है, ये नहीं तो वो नहीं तो वो. So he uses permutation combination. Here also you have to use certain permutation and combination जिससे कि सटीक आपका automatic controller बने. Because there are, my friend will agree with me, there are certain differential equations and partial differential equations whose solutions are not known. मैंने जब पीएचडी करी थी तो मेरे जमाने में टीसीडीबी डिवाइस पे ऊपर में 40 पेज का डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन का सॉल्व भी नहीं हो रहा. तो कैसे करेंगे उसका सॉल्यूशन? हाउ विल यू डू इट? नहीं हो रहा सॉल्यूशन. देन हाउ डू यू डू इट? मैथमेटिकली मैं कर नहीं पाऊंगा. अगर करूंगा तो मुझे 10 साल लगे. 10 ईयर से एक इक्वेशन सॉल्व कर रहे हैं. इट डज नॉट मीन एनीथिंग. व्हाट टू डू? हाउ टू गेट द सॉल्यूशन देन? न्यूमेरिकल एनालिसिस, दैट्स इट. So there are different numerical techniques, numerical analysis techniques, by which you will do some iterations and you will try to perturb. आप उसको कन्वर्ज करने की कोशिश करते हैं और एक पर्टिकुलर एरर के बाद आप थम जाते हैं. 1000 इटरेशंस इपॉक बोलते हैं ना, इपॉक. So 1000 after 1000 epoch, I get a 0.05% error. I agree with it. चलो ठीक. तो इसको कहते हैं स्टेटस फाइंडिंग. Status finding you can do mathematically by knowing its status in terms of mathematics, then develop the equations, develop the system, develop computer programming or algorithm, and accordingly use numerical analysis methods so that you can get the status. If you know the status, then only the controller can be done. Why I am telling you this thing is because automatic controller बनाने में आपको थोड़ी सी मैथमेटिक्स की आवश्यकता होगी. थोड़ी सी नहीं, जितना कॉम्प्लेक्स होता जाएगा ज्यादा से ज्यादा. सो मैथमेटिकल पर्सन along with instrumentation engineer make a very good combination of automation. They make a very good combination of automation. अगर आपको automatics बनाने हैं, because it is an introductory lecture, that's why I'm not going in detail. Otherwise तो मैं आपको इतनी मैथमेटिक्स बता सकता हूँ, इतनी कॉम्प्लिकेटेड चीजें भी बता सकता हूँ कि आप तब एंजॉय करेंगे. Yes, what is automation? It is an introductory lecture. So I gave some examples, 2-3 examples I gave. I gave example of Forrester also. But the degree of integrity, your non-linearity, is very, very important. Because as the degree of non-linearity goes higher and higher, the situation becomes very, very complex. Out of order. जब out of order होगा तो उसको कैसे आप कंट्रोल करेंगे? जब कॉम्प्लेक्स मेडिकल केसेस आ जाते हैं तो क्या बोलता है भैया पीजीआई ले जाओ, बिकॉज इट इज आउट ऑफ हिज बाउंड्स. ही इज नॉट इन अ पोजीशन टू नो द स्टेटस. क्यों हो रहा है, टेम्परेचर बार बार क्यों आ रहा है, तो जाके पीजीआई में बहुत कुछ टेस्ट वेस्ट करता है और हायर रेट और दिस दैट, एंड देन दे कम टू नो दैट इज. Similarly, machine is nothing but like that. If you want to know the status of the machine, you have to know all these things. Degree of 0 degree hai, then you have to know transfer functions, they convert it into frequency domain, then know its frequency response. Uske baad aapko controller बनता है. So my dear friends, don't think that automation is a very simple task. Automation is the most difficult task of engineering, because lot of mathematics is involved, and that is why I wanted to give you this particular example, that a status of the machine who you want to control could be of very, very high complex nature, high degree of non-linearity. Linear things, no problem. Y1 is equal to this, y2 is equal to this, y3 is equal to this, find out y1, y2, y3. So once you know the variables, temperature पता चल गया, pressure पता चल गया, angular velocity पता चल गया, आपको system. But if it is y square, y cube, y to the power 4 and so on, higher the degrees, non-integral, this non-linearity is much higher, and in that case, the design of automation is very, very tough. So in the next classes, I hope the speakers will tell you how to go in for the detailed design of automated systems. I have given them just introductory of what is an automation, from a very simple example to a very complicated example, and told them how mathematically you can represent what is the degree of non-linearity, how automation will come into picture, right? So, any questions you want to ask?
Center se puch leते हैं.
Yes. So with these words, I would like to thank you all. And
We'll ask from each center. Government Polytechnic Beed से हो गया था?
Yes, sir.
Government Polytechnic Beed. Do you have any queries from Dr. Chatterjee?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. बताइए, हमें आवाज आ रही है आपकी.
Okay. No problem. It's okay, ma'am.
Okay. MMU Mulana.
No queries, ma'am. Thank you. It was a nice lecture.
CD Engineering College Ghaziabad. RD Engineering College Ghaziabad. मुझे लिस्ट भी दे दो. Mr. Mohit, I cannot see any participant. Mr. Mohit. No, I'll have to call him. This is not right. और लिस्ट दिखाना मुझे.
SP आंध्र प्रदेश.
SP विजयवाड़ा. PV Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh. Yes, ma'am. Any queries? No, ma'am. Okay. Vaknaghat. Bhara University, Vaknaghat.
It's nice lecture, ma'am.
Okay, we
No
have
query.
one more lecture of Dr. Chatterjee.
Okay.
That will be a more advanced one. Like he has told you the basic today, process control instrumentation. It will be more advanced one. Or koi center? Okay. So I would like to thank Dr. Chatterjee, who has spared his valuable time and come here for delivering this very excellent lecture on basics of industrial instrumentation. I hope all of you could reap benefited from the experiences of sir. Thanks a lot, sir.
thank you very much.